Just the fourth meeting ever between the youngest franchise and one of the oldest. Houston and Green Bay coming up, and let's go down to the sidelines before kickoff to Tracy Wolfson.
Thanks, Jim. It is Brian Cushing's first time playing at Lambeau. You get the weather, you get the challenge of containing Aaron Rodgers. What do you and your defense need to do today?
You know, like you said, just limit him as best as possible. Get after him in the pass rush, cover as best we possibly can, and just make him uncomfortable.
Thanks for the time. Good luck.
Thank you.
The Texans will be receiving the opening kick as Green Bay deferred. And we've referenced a couple of times they've been away from home for nearly a month. The last home game was against the Texans' division rival, Indianapolis, and the Colts took the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. Todman returned it for the score, and the Colts went on to win that game. Part of what was a four-game losing streak for the Packers, which was finally broken on Monday night with a win against Philadelphia. This comes in the direction of Hunt, and he will not have a chance to run it back. As Osweiler will come out and direct things here for the Texans, and by his own admission, it was one of his worst games ever last Sunday against San Diego. He felt he really let the team down, but he has no doubt about his ability to lead this team. Dwayne Brown, long time left tackle and always reliable. Lamar Miller, fifth in the league in rushing. In fact, he'd have a 1,000-yard season with 119 on the ground today. So the 6-5 Texans ready to get it started at Lambeau. This franchise playing here for only the second time ever. He brings Miller back alongside and hands it off to him. Miller is thrown down after a gain of 2 by Nick Perry. And let's meet the Dom Capers-led defense. Capers, the D coordinator and the Texans' first ever head coach. Daniels has had a good season. Clay Matthews is finally getting healthy, and you'll see a difference in his play from earlier in the year when he battled a hamstring injury. And Clinton Dix in that secondary, ready to challenge the Texans' passing attack that will now feature 3 wide receivers, Hopkins, Fuller, and Miller out for this second down and 9. And now Osweiler slides out to about the 29 for 3. And Osweiler has been under fire, but you're not believing everything that you're hearing in the outcry.
Well, it's never just one player, especially when you're talking about an offense. No doubt he talked to us. He thought he played terrible last week against San Diego. Needs to play better, but he needs help also. And then we said it in the opening, guys take routine plays and make something special out of them. That's what they need to do here today against this defense, which is active, and they are athletic, Green Bay's defense.
It is 3rd and 6. And here they come. Osweiler steps up away from it, and he's going to run for the first down. Doing a good job of breaking out of a pocket that was collapsing and darting ahead past defenders for 8.
That's what you got to do. You just got to see it, believe it, and then do it. That's what he saw. He saw an opening in the pass rush. Green Bay right away comes with a blitz. Dom Capers very aggressive, and 2 good runs by Brock Osweiler to give him the first down.
Osweiler, no stranger to playing in elements like this at Denver, and of course raised in Montana. He's play action fake, shakes off the attempted sack, and is able to throw it in the direction of Hopkins, incomplete. Well, we've got a flag down. Jake Ryan, who was applying quick pressure.
Offside. Defense number 98 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
So Guyon gives Houston a chance now to snap first down all over again. 1st and 5 from the 43 it'll be.
It's early. I think we can see. Well, Bill O'Brien, he talked to him last night. The first thing he goes, hey, man, we got to score some touchdowns and find a way to make plays. And pretty blunt about it too, wasn't he, Jim?
Well, no question. They're 29th in total offense, 29th in points scored, and only 16 offensive touchdowns in 11 games. That's it. 1st and 5, and the give to Miller, who weaves for about 4.
But also, Bill O'Brien said this, which caught my attention, is how you got to look at it. He goes, if I said raise your hands, if I said it's December and we're first in first place in our division, you'd raise your hand right away and say, we like that. And that's where they are right now.
Yeah, he's just really trying to quiet down all the noise from the outside. And that was the speech he gave his team last night at their hotel in nearby Appleton. Guys, it's December. We're in first. You would have taken that back in camp. Now let's go get this thing going. Having lost 2 in a row. 2nd and 1. Fedorowicz makes the catch, and the forward progress will be enough for the first. Burnett was on him and drove him back, but they'll give him 2 and a new set of downs.
Well, you know, just a little thing. I think we see the game plan. Just look at this. Look how tight the players are to the offensive line of scrimmage. Why are they doing that? This is the way they play. They're athletic. They're fearless now on the defensive side. And also it says, Houston, go ahead. Try to throw it deep down the field and beat us. They're daring them to.
2 tight ends, Griffin and Fedorowicz. And a first down from the Texans side of the field, the 49. There's Osweiler's throw. And that is incomplete in the direction of Griffin. Again, Burnett on the coverage. And
well, conditions are tough. Little breeze, it's wet and everything, but one thing they've talked about Brock Osweiler, here it is, set and throw. He gets a little spread out. Just didn't get enough on this football. I know it's not ideal conditions, but that should have been a completion. And Morgan Burnett, a guy that can do it all, really a tremendous football player, almost got the interception.
2nd and 10. And Miller is stuffed, maybe gets 1 out of it. Osweiler's not one who wears a glove. A lot of players will wear a glove when conditions deteriorate to this degree.
Yeah, well, he's played in bad weather. We saw him last year in a night game against New England, snowing. He played really well. But the thing about that throw I want to go back to, when you're a thrower, you got to keep those legs underneath of you to generate power. He did not that time. That's why it came up short. But
well, let me clarify. Glove on the left hand.
Yes, left hand.
But
yes.
Not on the throwing hand, which so often will give players a better chance to grip it when it's wet and nasty. 3rd and 9. He's got time. He's got Griffin. Griffin loses the football and scooped up by Burnett. Burnett's racing down the sideline, and he is caught from behind by Fuller as Griffin tried to battle 2 Packer defenders for that last yard needed for a first down, and he coughed it up.
Here's what happens when you have athletic and speed guys on the defensive side. So the throw is short. Good decision by Osweiler. And look who comes flying in there. You got Rollins and Gunter, and Morgan Burnett always around the football. Plays near the line of scrimmage, covers guys. Just a tremendous safety. And that speed. Of course, their defensive backs to get to the receiver, make the big hit. Griffin had both hands wrapped around it, Jim, so sometimes when you get hit hard enough, I don't care what you do, that football is coming out.
And it's a 35-yard return, giving Aaron Rodgers and company their first play of the game from the Houston 24. Every coach will preach before a game about you can't turn it over, but it seemed like Bill O'Brien was going to an extra level with that yesterday, talking with us, and his Texans commit that turnover on their first series.
That was a takeaway, not a turnover. They took it.
There's a little running play on the toss to Starks for about 4. Aaron Rodgers is on quite a roll. Celebrated his 33rd birthday on Friday. And look at all the different categories he leads the league in. Completions, attempts, passing yards, and touchdowns.
Wow.
And he's thrown at least 2 touchdowns in 6 consecutive games.
I thought he was struggling. He was off track. You know, hey, you talking about noise. There's a lot of noise out there about Aaron Rodgers. I just go by what I see and some facts. Playing really well.
2nd and 6. And that's over to Cook, and right on him right away is Demps. And actually will lose a yard. Rest of that Packers offense, the line is without Langett. Right tackle Lindsley. He's starting again as Tretter's been missing time. Lindsley out of Ohio State. Devontae Adams, he is on some roll. Over the last 6 games, he's caught over 40 passes total. One of the hottest receivers in the league. 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 7.
Snapped out, trying to get him off sides.
Rodgers swings it, and it is caught. It is caught by Cook near the 10-yard line.
Aaron Rodgers, Jared Cook, that's what he keeps talking about. We got to get him involved in the offense more, against more that time on the outside. And the size alone, that's what makes this play. The perfect throw and the size of Jared Cook goes up, makes the catch, big first down.
You know, Cook's just been unable to get healthy. He had surgery in late May on his foot. He was able to start the season, then miss 6 games with an ankle. And Rodgers excited to have him healthy. 1st and 10 from the Houston 11. That's Jordy Nelson making the move and getting down near the 2-yard line. Boy, he worked his way right around Kareem Jackson.
A lot to look at here. First, you got a running back and a tight end in the backfield, and then watch the block on the outside that makes it work.
Boy, they hurry up to the line. And now Rodgers to the end zone. Flag, you see it in the secondary. That's Jackson who broke it up, denying Jordy Nelson.
I'm pretty quick with the telestrator, but man, I couldn't beat him that time. But the screen plays, going to see a lot of them today. You always do from Green Bay. The fact that Aaron Rodgers gets rid of it so quick with speed on target helps.
Offside. Defense number 94. Half the distance to the goal. Replay, 2nd down.
They just got to the line and snapped it so quickly. Houston was not set. As you see, Miller is heading to the locker room. Tracy?
Well, I've been watching Lamar Miller. It happened on that first drive. He came off the field. He's been on the bench. The athletic trainers were looking at his ribs. Remember, he was on the injury report this week with a ribs and an ankle injury, and so they are taking him into the locker room right now. No word whether it's taking him to the locker room or the x-ray room, but as soon as I receive word from the Texans, I'll let you know.
Okay, 2nd and 1. They need him. Rodgers looking for options. Spinning around, extending plays as he does so brilliantly. Throws it over the top of everyone.
The time, excellent, all day to throw. But one thing you got to know about this Houston's defense, they got a good secondary. They put him in. Romeo Crennel, defensive coordinator, puts them in a lot of tough spots where they cover one-on-one. And look at that extra pass protection as they fight. That offensive line can really pass protect. Double coverage on the slot. That's what they love to do.
Boy,
nobody open outside.
Adams completely locked down.
And they had Jared Cook double teamed on the inside. So well done by Houston.
Got a timeout called by the Texans as Green Bay was lining up in the I with Rutkowski backed up by Tommy Montgomery as the tail. So this Houston defense, you saw Vince Wilfork imploring his team to come up with a big play here near the goal line. Merciless. He's becoming quite the complete player. Cushing, McKinney, and again, Boye has certainly emerged this year. And this defense of Crennel's without Clowney, as we mentioned in the open. Inactive.
It is, Jim. You know, they had 10 guys on the defensive side. Hard to cover here or stop this offense sometimes with 12. But so 10, good timeout. And no Clowney. It's a big deal. I think we're going to see the Houston defense be a little more active today with their defensive linemen. You got to find a way to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers and do what they did that last time. No pressure, but they kept him in the pocket, saved the touchdown problem.
Green Bay can pick up the first at the 1. Ball's on the ground, and Houston appeared to recover it.
Looked like Aaron Rodgers pulled out a little too quick. Just watching it live.
And the Texans are able to get a takeaway of their own. Merciless ends up at the bottom of the pile with the football. Aaron Rodgers unable to secure the snap, and the Packers commit the turnover. Houston recovery.
Yeah, I was wrong about that. Aaron Rodgers did not pull out early. The football just didn't come all the way back to him where he could grab it.
And there's movement again as the snow is beginning to stick on the field here at Lambeau. Gene Steratore is the referee. One of the best in the game.
You know it's cold. He's wearing long sleeves.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 98. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Pretty good shot here. Shows you Aaron Rodgers does keep his hands under there. He's there. The football just comes up a hair short and not able to get his left hand under it. And Mike McCarthy, oh my gosh, nothing, not only the turnover, but the center quarterback exchange, really frustrating.
Guy on twice now. Offsides. And a 1st and 5 from the 10. Alfred Blue is the running back with Miller in the locker room, and a good effort by Blue for the first down. We've got an update. Let's send it back to the studio at JB in New York.
Chiefs trying to stay hot. They won 6 of the last 7.
Falcons up 7-0. Spencer Ware 3 yards out. Key play 35-yard completion to Travis Kelce. KC kicker Cairo Santos misses the extra point. Atlanta leads 7-6 over the Chiefs.
Back to Jim Nantz, Phil Simms, and Tracy Wolfson.
All right, thank you, JB and Boomer. Chiefs coming off that thrilling victory on Sunday night at the end of the overtime period at Denver. Here's a first down carry by Blue, and he is backed up by about 3 yards. Tracy Wolfson, let's get the update from you.
Well, Jim, the Packers already without linebacker Blake Martinez. Now Nick Perry in the locker room with a hand injury. His return is questionable.
Perry's been having a big season, and Blake Martinez inactive because of a left knee sprain.
Well, this Green Bay defense, they have depth. That's one good thing. And we just saw it. Guyon, can they block this defensive front? Inside pressure, speed on the outside.
2nd and 13, and that is Grimes staying on his feet out across the 20. Getting a good chunk of yardage with what is matches his longest run of the season, 9-yard gain. The CBS Sports app for inside access, breaking news, expert analysis of your favorite team. Everything you need, stay close to the action. Download the CBS Sports app now. Well, Miller accounts for about 30% of their offense. We don't know if we're going to see him again. In the locker room, shaken up on that first series. And Grimes is the 3rd down back on this occasion. 3rd and 4. Here's the blitz. Pass away, and the Packers had that one sealed. That was Burnett who was blitzing.
Well, they just got him. They're going to do this all day long. They got 2 linebackers, or really defensive back, but a blitzer and then a follower. Joe Thomas is going to get there. Morgan Burnett, and Brock Osweiler has to throw it once again before he's ready. And also good coverage down the field.
Well, had he had anything else on that pass, because again he got hit when he threw it. Rollins was positioned to make the pick. Shane Lechler, the all-time best in the 17th year, sends it to Randall Cobb at the 25, gets out of the way of his teammate, across the 40, and is bounced out at the 46 by Corey Moore. 52-yard punt, but a 19-yard run back in a scoreless first quarter at Lambeau Field.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. McDonald's. I'm loving it. And by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV.
Pierce Manufacturing down in Appleton, making all these fire trucks.
Beautiful looking. Hey, Sacramento, so they're making them for everybody. Hey, here we go. But can Houston find a way to get some pressure on Aaron Rodgers? Couldn't do it the first series.
Takes the handoff to Starks. Now robs it to Nelson. And he's got yardage near the first down. Boye bouncing him out. They give him 9.
Just that you look at Jordy Nelson as we watch his confidence grow. Green Bay in a hurry-up offense over these last few weeks. You know, getting over that injury, getting into the flow and game shape, hard to do. And of course, getting the catches he's gotten lately just brings that confidence level up. That when given the opportunity, you'll get open.
2nd and 1. And Starks is stopped short of the first. This part of the Packers offense has been problematic all season long. Virtually no running game to speak of. Of course, they lost Eddie Lacy about a month into the season. Starks was out with a knee for a long time.
Right. Well, the run game, Jim, is what? They run it to keep you honest. They throw all the quick passes to Ty Montgomery, Randall Cobb, whoever out of the backfield.
Well, they're going to try to run it here. Starks trying to break outside, and it's shut down. And the Texans, well, the ball's out. They rule it down as Merciless won't have his second recovery, but quite a play by the Houston defense again on short yardage.
Well, Merciless on the outside does an excellent job. Watch 59 over here. When you can't get outside of him, nowhere to go, and they get the penetration to stop it.
What did he tell you yesterday, Merciless? He's improved his run defense. He feels he's a much more complete player.
A complete player, known as a pass rusher. You know, last year had 12.5 sacks, and he's a good dresser too.
Very sharp and sharp defender, as you saw right there. So the punt by Shum is tapped. Look at this textbook.
No.
It can't be.
That's not going to count.
Hawkins standing in the end zone.
In the end zone.
It can't.
But it was exciting to the fans for a second.
I didn't catch a glimpse of it until I saw the tap. I was looking upfield a little bit. To the 20. The cleats during warm-ups. My cause, my cleats all around the NFL this week. Kareem Jackson's cleats to support the Kareem Jackson Foundation. Provides aid to breast and childhood cancer patients. Hopkins wearing cleats to provide aid to victims of domestic violence. And Brock Osweiler is wearing cleats to support the Ronald McDonald House of Houston. A lot of them just wore them during warm-ups. A couple of them kept them on during the game.
Right. Well, you know, players are superstitious. They like things perfectly. They want those cleats broken in the exact way they like them. And
big thing here is
decorated cleats ready.
Miller is back out there, and he gets the handle, and he is decked by Jake Ryan for a loss of 4. So he had been questionable to return. He comes right back, and what a return it was.
Yeah, he's greeted by this Jake Ryan, who's excited, of course, to be back out there after missing some time with an injury. And boy, his speed, you know what he looks like? I mean, he looks like a young Clay Matthews. That's what he reminds me of. He's got the size, he can really run, instinctive football player, and he has been all over the field so far here early in this game.
And now to the shotgun on 2nd and 14. Dump it off here to Miller. Able to get past one defender. Slide out to about the 24. Brought down by Julius Peppers. Gain of 7. Again, NFL players are champions on the field and off and supporting causes that they care about. Trying to make positive change in our world. And this is a great thing going on this week. My Cleats, My Cause. And you can discover their personal tributes at NFL.com/MyCauseMyCleats.
Well, it's a great thing they let the players do. Here's something else. The Houston Texans worried, can we handle the blitz by the Green Bay Packers? So far, the answer is absolutely not. Looks like it could be a blitz again.
3rd and 7. So they go to the ground with Grimes, and Grimes is able to pick up the first down.
Excellent call, really good. Of course, if you don't make it, everybody says, wow, what a dumb call. But the blitz came from the right side. Here they come. The run goes to the left, where there's less people. So nice. I'm sure that was an audible by Brock Osweiler. I could see him pointing to the right. He's in charge of most of the run. Decisions out there. Good job that time making the right call.
Grimes able to pick up 8. And they go back to their base offense with Miller in the backfield. Actually, Braxton Miller lined up to the left. There's a throw. Dangerous. Took a while to get there as, again, Rollins jumped in front of Hopkins. No wide receiver with a catch. so far on the Houston side. Let's go to JB and Boomer. Update time.
Hey, Jim, I know Phil respects a quarterback who leads with his arm.
How about Joe Flacco? This is his second touchdown pass of the day. This one is 13 yards to Dennis Pitta. He's 11 of 14, 136 yards, 2 TDs. Ravens all over the Dolphins, 14-0.
Back to Jim Nance.
So a quick start there. Thank you, fellas. 14-0 Ravens over the Dolphins, who have been streaking of late. 2nd and 10. Miller, stutter step, and takes off for about 3.
Green Bay attacking the line of scrimmage. The Houston Texans know this, so that's why you see safe pass on first down, run it on second, trying to make these third downs doable for this offense.
By the way, the backup to Osweiler today is not Tom Savage. He is in a local hospital, it's been reported, with an infection on his elbow, on his throwing arm. So Brandon Weeden backs up Osweiler, who faces a 3rd and 8. Osweiler in the pocket. Now again takes off, and he's, for the second time, able to scramble for a first. And he's their leading rusher in the opening quarter. Picks up another 8.
Excellent job. Third time we've seen it. You're right. The middle of the defensive line, nobody there. Nobody open down the field again. And Osweiler 3 times runs with the football. Got to do whatever it takes. Good job. But, you know, I think here sooner or later, Houston has got to throw a football or 2 down the field to back this defense back a little. They are attacking, staying very close to the line of scrimmage.
First down is Miller. And give him a couple more.
Well, Osweiler talked to us, you know, about the game last week, and just got to trust what you see and be more reactionary on the field. Don't try to do it by the book. It's a game of feel. It's knowledge, and then you got to feel what to do, and these runs show you that he's doing what he said.
Well, they've converted the Texans on 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, and 3rd and 7, all with rushes. 5 first downs overall in this first quarter. Has 30 seconds remaining in it. 2nd and 8, Miller the right side for about 3 more.
Well, one of the big reasons why, of course, you always want to run the football, but Green Bay loves you to start throwing. Why? Because it puts more athletes on the field for them, and they can be more creative. That's what Dom Capers likes to do. I mean, he'll put his extra defensive backs in there against just your normal offense, just so they can fool you, move around, and make it tough.
First quarter is coming to a close. Scoreless at Lambeau Field, and you're watching the NFL on CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Dodge. Domestic, not domesticated. And by FedEx, helping small businesses simplify e-commerce.
Back to the second quarter, a game produced by Lance Barrow, directed by Mike Arnold, and our absolute #1 NFL production and technical crew, Jim Nance, Phil Simms, and Tracy Wolfson. Houston is about to snap it for the 21st time from its own side of the field. You see they dominated the first quarter stats with time of possession, 5 first downs to 1. 3rd and 5. They never snapped it on the Green Bay side of the field. They fumbled on the Green Bay side of the field. But the 21st snap coming from Houston territory, and it is Fedorowicz. And we stopped short of the first. Needed 5, he got 4.
Well, once again, here they come for the blitz. And you try to pick it up. There's a free guy. They make it's not only physically picking it up, you got to pick out the right guy to go block. And that's the hardest thing. And it's a 4th and short. Bill O'Brien going to go for it here. Go for it right here. And I'll tell you what, I agree with this decision. They stopped Green Bay's 2 drives on 3rd and 1s. A fumble by Aaron Rodgers going in. They need points. Good opportunity right here.
Of course, they failed on short yardage at Mexico City against Oakland. And here's the snap to give to Miller, and he is completely shut down. Clinton Dix, the first to get there, and the Packers will take over at midfield.
Well, Dacho Jones on the outside, the inside, a lot of Packers there to make the play.
Texans gamble, and it does not pay off. The Packers' 3rd straight drive about to begin at its own 40 or better as they come up with a stop on 4th and 1.
3rd and short, 4th and short. Today is the hard down to get, looks like, for these teams. But I do not second guess Bill O'Brien's decision at all. I would have gone for it there.
Over.
Of course, I'm not the coach. I like to think I am, though, sometimes.
Be a good one. Hand off to Michael. Kristen Michael. Running hard there for about 7. Tracy, I'll get back to you.
Well, Jim, it started out as wet snow. Now it's really coming down. As you can see, it is blanketing this field. A lot of slipping going on. A lot of the players on the Texans sideline are changing out their shoes. They're putting on different cleats. Bill O'Brien told us they brought several cleats with them just for this opportunity. And also keep in mind the wind is starting to pick up as well a little bit. Jim?
All right, winter wonderland it is, the frozen tundra.
Yeah, it's a good thing Tracy loves the snow. She was excited about it today. And
2nd and 3. So they go again to Michael. And he's about a yard short of the first. And we've got JB and Boomer on standby. Gentlemen.
Detroit looking for a little pad in the north.
All right, JB, it's a duel in the dome between Stafford and Breeze. So far, Stafford's winning. They're going to be up 10-0. That's a 1-yard touchdown pass to Theo Riddick. On the day, Matthew Stafford, 11 of 12, 118 yards, and that touchdown pass, 10-0 Lions.
Back to Jim Nance.
That would say a lot about the Lions if they could go in there and win. Now, 3rd and 1, as you see, they're on top of the division here. Green Bay at 3rd. So they've been stopped twice on 3rd and 1, including a fumble. And now for the 3rd time, the Texans make the play. Boye there to meet him. And now will they go for it on 4th and 1?
yeah, Merciless on the outside, very good job, and just nowhere to go. The blocking, they had 2 fullbacks in there, couldn't get it done. There's no doubt. I think Mike McCarthy's going to go for it here. I mean, you have such an array of plays, all the formations. Last week, 8 different people in the backfield with Aaron Rodgers, and always you have, if Aaron Rodgers in the shotgun, no, he's going under center. It gives the option of him running, hand it off, or throw.
And Michael's going to pick up the first down, plowing ahead to the Houston 37.
Really good job. Left tackle Lane Taylor got the job done, number 65. It's not only that. Did you see how quick they went up and snapped the football? He did it fast before Houston could dig in. Caught him off guard just enough to get the first down.
Kristen Michael, some stories, led the Seahawks in rushing all season long and shocked a lot of people when they waived him a couple of weeks ago because of the emergence of rookie C.J. Procise. Throw to Nelson, and Joseph rides him down. Procise, though, gets injured in the very first game when they play without Michael. In the meantime, the Packers already claimed him, picked him up. Tuesday, if you think Dr. Jason Bull is trouble, wait until you meet his ex-wife, Michael Weatherly, and TV's #1 new show, Bull.
Michael Weatherly.
It's new. New episode Tuesday after NCIS, only CBS.
NCIS guy, of course, Michael Weatherly was. Great show. Hey, so far we haven't seen Aaron Rodgers really move around a lot. Just the one time in the pocket.
He also hasn't targeted Adams to this point. There's a 2nd and 4. He's got Ty Montgomery for another first down.
Well, even that time, it was slow as he moved around, being very careful, I think, just to feel out how that hamstring is. But the one thing we know about Aaron Rodgers, we've seen through the years, we talked to him about it this week, he's an all-weather thrower. So not worried about the snow. He doesn't worry about rain. I said, well, what do you do if the football's wet and slick? He goes, I just grip it lighter. And that's a great thing to do for all young quarterbacks to learn that. Don't do the opposite. That makes it rough. And so far, he's throwing nothing but spirals, short, but they're on target and to the right person.
Montgomery lines up in the backfield. First down, Houston 25. We've seen this look a few times with Montgomery. Billed as a wide receiver, getting a lot of plays running out of the backfield. He's got 6 with that carry.
Well, we said it before, didn't we? He told us, and he goes, I want to run between the tackles. He goes, I always wanted to be a running back. The coaches said, well, you're fast. Go out there and be a wide receiver. It's kind of funny to see 88 back there. Being the fullback was Cook, number 89, along Aaron Rodgers.
2nd and 5. Adams at the bottom of the screen. With Boye on him. There's Rodgers now rolling out. Hit after the throw, and he got the pass to Nelson, who has now 4 catches and another first down.
Yep, beautiful throw on the run. They're trying to score on this play. Little double move, but it's not there. The Houston defense, what they are doing, they are playing very conservative with their pass coverage.
It's DJ Reader who brings Rodgers to the ground.
So if you play conservative, you know, to me, and it's easy again, but if you give Aaron Rodgers the short, easy throws, he will take them all day because they are great at that short passing game. Make him hold the football. Give your defensive line a chance. Make him throw it down the field.
Goes down. They set this one up. And it's Ripkowski. And a good piece of tackling by Demps, who wouldn't let him get away.
That was awesome. Really good play. Fooled me. I said, oh, this is a touchdown. But Quentin Demps, watch it. This defense is all perfect for him. Gets his arms out, head in the right spot in front of the runner, and brings down Ripkowski.
Last time these teams met was 4 years ago in Houston. Rodgers threw 6 touchdowns. Three of them to Jordy Nelson. Nelson lined up to the left, and 2nd and 6. And Rodgers buying time. Throws, and it is caught for the touchdown. Randall Cobb with the catch. And a snow angel.
Well, you know, Aaron Rodgers, so much faith in his offensive line. Originally, he's going to throw the football to the top of the screen, and Adams was open, but it was a little close. He says, nope, I'll just wait and move outside the pocket and see if somebody can uncover. And watch this throw across his body. I always hear you're not supposed to do that. Yeah, you're not supposed to do it if you can't do it, but he can do it.
He can make all the throws, can he?
Yes.
Better than anyone.
Absolutely. A really good throw, and trust that arm. Doesn't have to take chances.
Crosby's extra point is good. 9-yard touchdown pass. Rodgers to Randall Cobb, who has his 4th touchdown of the season. All set up by the Green Bay defense, making a 4th and 1 stop at midfield. And the Packers are on the board first here in quarter number 2. That drive included a 4th and 1 pickup by Kristen Michael to keep the Packers headed to the end zone, eventually finding it with Randall Cobb.
Yep, been on that side of the good side of the field for most of the day. With a good drive in slippery conditions.
Crosby boots it. Jumping in front with it is Hunt. Akeem Hunt with a big run back. Kind of stole it from his fellow teammate on the return.
Full speed steal. I like it.
In front of Alfred Blue. 30-yard return. Osweiler and the Texans down 7. And the Texans' first 3 possessions, 1 play in Green Bay territory. That's it. And that's when they went for it. Failed on 4th and 1 at the Green Bay 49.
A little different attack here. 5 wides.
There's a completion to a wideout for the first time. Fuller breaks a tackle. And is able to pick up an extra 5, nearly 6 yards with that effort. Broke away from Rollins.
Well, right now, when you see a field like this, offensive players always think it favors them because they know where they're going. The defense has to react. That's one thing. But Green Bay, I know Aaron Rodgers likes it. What did he say? It slows the pass rush down because of the footing, gives me more time to throw the football, and he's a great bad weather thrower. We got to see this Houston offense if they can operate with this field being a little slick.
What's the hot? 48, 48. Charge.
Gives it to Miller. And he's tripped up right away by Guyon.
Yeah.
For no gain, Tracy was returned to the sideline.
Jim, the Packers are without another linebacker right now. Jake Ryan in the locker room with an ankle injury. He was limited all week with that ankle injury, so he remains in there as well as Nick Perry.
That's amazing. So Perry, nicked, Ryan to the locker room. Martinez inactive. They got Joe Thomas out there now, number 48.
How about some good players out in the lineup?
See if Houston can take advantage. They're right on him right away. That is Lowry, never giving Osweiler a chance.
Dean Lowry, first-year player, just, I don't know what happens. They're not ready. Here he comes on the outside. Dwayne Brown lets it go. Just, yeah, we've seen that a couple times today where the offensive line has not been on the same page. You know, you always hear that about the quarterback and receiver. Well, we got 2 guys blocking one guy and 1 guy running free, and that time it was Lowry.
And Lowry, the rookie out of Northwestern, 4th round pick. They were in so fast that Miller couldn't pick up the blitz. Here's a 3rd and 18. Wide receiver screen. And they get some of it back, but will be forced to punt as Fuller has his 2nd catch.
Well, it's you know, we sit here and they say Osweiler, but look what we've seen so far. You know, no 4th down, short yardage pickup, cost them a possession. We're seeing blitz, can't pick up the blitz, and then they make a mistake on who's going to block a defensive line.
Cobb in position to return it. Steps up, and he will try the run back. Runs into his teammate, still on his feet. Oh, and he's got a running lane. Out to about the 41. And Leckler was finally able to bring it to a halt. 35-yard boot, 24-yard return. That's twice now the Packers have had good punt returns. Ran into Contrell Bryce, his teammate, and then took off.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Duracell. The ones you trust are always there. Collateral Beauty from New Line Cinema in theaters December 16th. And by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM.
Oh, you know, I just hope he's ready for me this year. I've been a little disappointed in my Christmas gift lately from Santa.
Well, that's what happens when you're naughty.
Oh, is that?
Yes.
Okay.
But I've been telling him, so make sure he knows.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to argue that point.
First down, handoff, and Michael able to pick up another 6. He's running hard.
Yeah, he's running hard. How about Aaron Rodgers talking about the snow? You know, you see the good little off-balance throw. How about this? Look at the rotation on the football. Then outside the pocket, makes a great play. Aaron Rodgers said something to us. You know, people underestimate my athletic ability, and I go, I wanted to say, what people are they? But nice start, 9 of 10, 57 yards, playing the conditions, being smart.
Well, after he said that, he did admit, you know, I do play with a chip on my shoulder. I've always had a chip.
Really?
Yes. So,
we didn't know that, Aaron.
but he was reacting to the comments Bill O'Brien had made about He's one of the most unique quarterbacks to ever play the game, is what O'Brien had said.
That's not an overstatement.
2nd and 5, and the pass a little too high for Adams. Targeted for the first time today. Army-Navy is coming up next Saturday on CBS. CBS proud to bring you the game that is all about guts, grit, and glory. And bonus coverage at noon Eastern on CBS Sports Network, followed by College Football Today on CBS Sports.
See the snow and everything building up on the cleats underneath. This time Houston finally up on the line of scrimmage, going to dare them.
3rd and 5, then they back off. Backfield pass a little out of reach for Montgomery, and now the Packers will have to bring out Shum to punt.
Yep, 3-man rush. Little surprised that Aaron Rodgers is he missed the throw, but usually on a 3-man rush, if he doesn't like it, if it's not clean, they fake the blitz, they get out. Look at it, just 3 guys there, no pressure. But maybe it's the field. Whatever, he decides to stay there to throw it to Ty Montgomery.
See if Fuller can do what Cobb has done. Fuller, a good returner, has returned one this year. Had the fair catch instead. At the 10. 4 minutes to go, first half. That was a 44-yard boot. 7-0, Green Bay. Monday is TV's best night of comedy. Kevin Can Wait, Man with a Plan, Two Broke Girls, and The Big Bang Theory tomorrow, starting at 8/7 Central. Only CBS.
There you go.
You want to prove your footing? Screw in the cleats.
Get some longer ones on there. I had a coach who used to say, men, I don't want to see any slipping. Get cleats to work. Okay, hey, coach.
They send Akeem Hunt wide to the right, out of the backfield. Osweiler so far 6 of 9 for 40 yards. 5 rushers. Pass incomplete as Hopkins is still held without a catch to this point.
Now you see a lot of that this year. Routes, a little too stationary. It's just a hitch route on the outside, trying to be safe. But Gunter, look where he is, right up on him. Never any separation. Remember, that defensive back is as scared as you are of slipping. So when you get the opportunity, you need to try to find one deep down the field.
Here's the 2nd and 10. And the deepest pass of the game by Osweiler. It's over the head of Braxton Miller, the rookie out of Ohio State. The Texans lead the division. They're averaging under 18 points a game. Chicago back in 05, Tampa 99, and Dallas in 96. This is what they averaged points per game and won their divisions.
Well, it's an astounding stat, really. And I'll say this, again, this Houston Texans offense, 2 rookie wide receivers out there. It's a tough position to break into. You need to have experience, savvy, all those things. They don't have it yet.
3rd and 10. Goes on the run and misses on the throw to Braxton Miller, who was shaken up.
Grabbing his right shoulder. Braxton Miller, ex-quarterback, trying to learn wide receiver. Looks like a good throw. Could have had it.
Now he's getting attention down on the field by the medical crew.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by K Jewelers. For 100 years, every kiss begins with K. And by Bud Light. Make the right call. Drink responsibly.
Yes, icy conditions here as it continues to snow. Braxton Miller is still down on the field. A former 2-time Big Ten most valuable player.
This gets the full body weight of Clinton Dix right on top of him.
Would have been a first down catch. He should have had it, but then, as you said, all that weight crashing down on the shoulder and collarbone area. And we're going to step aside one more time. as they continue to attend to Braxton Miller with 3:48 to go in the second quarter. Houston will be punting the football from its own 11 here in a moment. Conditions here slippery, and not a whole lot of offense to speak of in this first half. Green Bay with 81 total yards of offense, Houston with 82.
Well, the fans love to see games. If you look at Braxton Miller, I hope it's just maybe the shoulder, not just, but that was a tough hit. But they love to see snow games in this kind of atmosphere. But for the skilled people and the footing, the throwing, the passing, all that stuff, it does make it tough at times.
They just rave about Miller, the kid, on the Houston football team. Have high hopes for him as he continues to transition to this position as a wide receiver.
It's a good point. You said it. Quarterback in college, made the transition his last year, and is having some success, but they're asking him to do some stuff it's tough, where you got to have a feel for it. You got to learn so much as a wide receiver in the NFL, and this Houston offense can be complicated for wide receivers.
Threw for over 5,000 yards and rushed for over 3,000 yards in Ohio State, and now trying to make it in the NFL as a wide receiver. They took him in the 3rd round this year. Okay, Cobb is back. He's returned 2 punts for a total of 44 yards. And he has an encouraging word for Miller, as Miller is going to be escorted straight to the locker room.
So it'll be a big commercial for both sides, especially for Houston's defense, to keep this game to one score here, because it looks like the Packers are going to get good field position. So Houston's defense not giving up much.
So Cobb with the 2 punt returns that were sizable, plus he's caught the game's only touchdown. And let it rip.
That's all right if we stay, Jimmy. That's
watches
okay.
It bounce at the 40, and then one of his teammates falls on the football.
Why?
I have no idea.
Man.
And then a flag is thrown as Evans, who decided to be aggressive with it. Marwin Evans, a rookie from Utah State. 51-yard punt.
Somebody's going to talk to him as he walks to the sideline.
During the kick, holding number 28 of the return team. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down, Green Bay.
Rodgers lost his first ever December home start back in 08. It was against Houston.
Right.
And he's won now 13 straight since that time in December at home.
Well, a lot of things. Good football teams. He's a good quarterback. They can play in bad weather. He can throw it in bad weather. And, that's a nice picture of Trent Green there right there. Works at CBS now. But thought that was important to point out.
Well, he'll hear about it. Appreciate it.
But good punt. The penalty gives us Houston's defense a little bit of wiggle room here as far as what they do on the defensive side in this drive against Aaron Rodgers.
So all 3 timeouts for the Packers. And again, Green Bay has been held under 90 yards of offense so far. There's another throw over to Nelson. And they're going to say he stepped out 2 yards short of the first.
Aaron Rodgers is definitely limping or not moving around. He bent over after he threw the football. Let's see if we can tell. Does he put too much pressure on the leg? See him hopping. So he's been very careful. I know the field's slippery, but I just think he's been careful moving around, knowing that hamstring, trying to protect it.
Here's the second down, 2, and Rukowski runs for the first. Untouched, really, for a while. Again, Rodgers suffering that hamstring injury just 6 days ago, the Monday night game in Philadelphia.
Yep. Grabbed it. They put a big pad on that left hamstring later in that game and didn't practice much this week. Still see the tape job on the left side, of his leg. A little more tape on the left.
Ripkowski's run for 10, their longest rush of the game. Now he looks over in the direction of Cobb for the short throw.
You know, you got to go back to Ripkowski. How many times this is our third Packer game this year, and Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy both bring his name up every meeting. Just, hey, we got to find ways to get him the football more. He deserves it. And he's a good runner for being a fullback. He can pick up some yards quick.
Yep, scored a rushing touchdown against the Eagles last Monday night. The only Packer to rush for a touchdown this year other than Aaron Rodgers. He's done it 3 times. So 2-minute warning. And the Packers lead at 7-0.
Well, let's see. Why was Aaron Rodgers hopping around? I thought maybe it was his hamstring. Really planted hard, stepped on it, but Lindsley, the center, put his big foot on top of Aaron Rodgers' left foot, so that's why he was hopping on his right.
2 minutes to go. Second quarter, 2nd and 7 near midfield. And from the gun. Looking for a third option. And got it away just before Cushing took him to the ground.
Good coverage down the field. One of the things we have seen, and you know about this Houston's defense, they can cover. And I've said it all week long. They got excellent defensive backs. So Aaron Rodgers finds nobody to throw to. You can see all 3 receivers to his right were covered. And that time he took off out of the pocket. Ryan Cushing, I've seen him do that to a lot of quarterbacks over the years. High school, college, and here in the pros.
Second Bergen Catholic in Oradell, New Jersey on the USC. And then a first rounder back in 2009 for the Texans. 3rd and 7. Rodgers trying to go back to Adams. And that's the second time again he's thrown at Adams, and not a catch in the first half. They're going to have to punt.
It's a good put, good no call. Adams comes across the middle. Joseph right there with him. He wants pass interference, but it's just good coverage by Joseph.
Green Bay's missed on its last 5 third downs. They were second best in the league for the season coming in. Jones punt. Bounces around quietly at the 15 and falls silent at the 11. Coming up, the Verizon halftime report. JB and all the guys are at the desk and ready to go with all the first half highlights from the 1 o'clock Eastern time set of games. Coming up, the Verizon halftime report. Second straight drive for the Texans to begin at their 11.
Well, big point here. The Texans going to have to be somewhat aggressive, come up with a play to at least pick up a first down. Otherwise, Green Bay 3 timeouts can use them and get the football back in good position.
One thing about the Packers, which hard to believe, they've given up points in the last 2 minutes of the first half in every game this season. Time for Osweiler. Pass caught. Tough catch it was, too, by Fedorowicz right in front of Hyde for a gain of 8.
Well, that's his man going against Micah Hyde. Fedorowicz has really and just improved as a receiver in his young career, 3rd year. Brock Osweiler says, hey, look, we just see the defense the same way. That's why they connect often.
2nd and 2. Got a first down as he goes right back to his tight end who steps out. Fedorowicz now with his 4th catch. And that one goes for 13. Tracy, back down to you.
Jim, we saw wide receiver Braxton Miller remain on the field in that last drive for quite a while. I think there was concern that besides the shoulder, it was a neck injury. As he walked off the field towards the locker room, he was wiggling his fingers, so that's good news. But he did go straight to the x-ray room. It is a shoulder, questionable to return. Jim.
Okay, Tracy, Keith Mumphrey has come in for him, number 12 in a slot to the right. And first down snap from the 32. In the middle. And again, completes it to Fedorowicz. 3 straight plays.
3 straight plays, 3 different cover guys on him, and 3 completions. That time it was Morgan Burnett.
And a timeout called by the Texans.
You know, the Packers so aggressive in their approach so far here early in the game. Boy, Fedorowicz just a nice big target. You love that. close to the quarterback. That's why tight ends can catch a lot of passes if they have talent. But they backed up a little bit, gave him some room, and Brock Osweiler took advantage of it.
Bill O'Brien brought his brothers in for this game, his older brothers Jack and Tom. We had a chance to meet them last night.
Yep.
He said, this brother, well, how would you describe him? He's intense. He's a good storyteller. And he always, since he was a little boy, he wanted to be a coach.
Well, he's turned out to be a good one. Mom and Dad at home watching this game today. And how about his dad?
Yeah, they're back in Massachusetts watching. His dad, John, was an all-Ivy League tackle at Brown.
His dad came up here and watched the game at Lambeau Field, and guess who the coach was then?
A guy named, what, Lombardi?
Lombardi, that's pretty cool.
2nd and 1. Osweiler in trouble, and they got to him. He tried to bounce around away from the heat, but could never escape Julius Peppers, who knows how to find a quarterback as good as anyone.
Yep, Julius Peppers the whole time just beat the right tackle and got in the backfield and got the second opportunity. There was nowhere to go. Osweiler made the decision at the right time to move, but everybody stayed in the rush lanes, couldn't get out of there, and Peppers got the sack.
And now there'll be a no hurry to snap this football with a 3rd and 11 coming up. And they go Brown for Grimes. Again, now we'll end it. The first half, the Verizon halftime report is coming up with all the scores and highlights. 7-0. That is the score at intermission. Green Bay had deferred, so we'll receive the 3rd quarter kick. And we'll join the Verizon halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. Nothing. Green Bay getting set for Houston to kick the football to the Packers to begin the 3rd quarter. Only 211 total yards of offense by the two teams combined in that first half. And follow your favorite team all season long. Go to iTunes.com/NFL. When your team like Houston has been struggling all season to get a spark offensively, then you run into conditions like this.
Yeah.
It's really tough. They've only, in the last 15 drives that they've had going back to last week, no touchdowns, 2 field goals.
It's I listened to the halftime and they said it's a work in progress. That's an understatement. They're really struggling. You know, I got a great view of the game here, watching and seeing. You don't see people open down the field. You know, Brock Osweiler ran the football a few times. You know, they had one chance near midfield. They go for it on 4th. Well, why? Because the opportunities are so few. They got to take advantage of some of those opportunities. But by and large, their defense did a good job containing Aaron Rodgers and the Packers offense. So that's something they got to be proud of.
And the one touchdown was Aaron Rodgers to Randall Cobb early in the 2nd quarter. There are the numbers from the first half.
And you know, too, I know there's a slippery field and all that, but you don't get over a hamstring injury like Aaron Rodgers had on Monday night and come out here on Sunday and be, of course we know he's not 100%, but just think he's been a little protective of it, and it shows maybe even some of his decision making, being very careful of where he throws the football.
Looking at all those numbers, the thing that really stood out the most, the longest play of the game for Houston was a 13-yard pass play to Fedorowicz late in the 2nd quarter. And the longest play for the Packers in the first half was a 10-yard run by Ripkowski, as well as a 10-yard catch by Cook. That's it.
That's it. You know, I'll tell you this, I'll say this about Houston. When they spread the football or their formations out, we saw those Fedorowicz catches right there at the end. You're going to get some more space in the middle of the field for him. And it makes the defense declare. I think they have a harder time blitzing if you spread the offensive out on the Houston side, and might see some more of that here in the second half.
Montgomery and Janis stand at the goal line for Green Bay. Packers trying to get back to 500 on the season. Nick Novak to kick it. He had that successful onside kick that gave him just a little bit of a chance at the end of the game against San Diego before the game ended with an intercepted Hail Mary. Here's Janis. And runs out of room. And runs into Alfred Blue. All right, Tracy, what did you hear at halftime?
Well, I spoke with Mike McCarthy about Aaron Rodgers, and he said certainly the hamstring, the slick field, is limiting him, but he said it all comes down to first and second effort. He said we need to get guys out in space more. As for Bill O'Brien, he said the conditions are tough, but he said they need to get their offense going, and you can tell he was just tired of talking about trying to get this struggling offense going. He said he wants to see them throw the ball downfield more. Jim?
All right, they had only one pass that was down the field. It was an overthrow. No one was open. But again, it's hard to execute anything that you think you set up for all week long. And the longest play of the game is 13 yards. That starts. Met at the line for no gain.
Whitney Merciless came from the outside, made a great hit.
Since week 8, this Houston defense of Romeo Crennel's has been the best rush defense in the league, giving up under 60 yards a game on the ground. So far, they've held Green Bay to 34 rushing.
It's aggressive defense. When you look at Houston, of course, we talked about the injuries that the guys are missing, but they've held up well without those guys. And I think they can try to pressure Rodgers, because I would have faith in these defensive backs covering one-on-one outside.
We saw Merciless. He had a fumble recovery in the first quarter. That was the first red zone takeaway of the season for Houston. And it's Merciless again making a play. We had just mentioned him with the fumble recovery in the first quarter. Now he's got the sack.
Well, Merciless, excellent job. You talked about his run defense. Here he comes against David Bakhtiari, the left tackle. Well, it's just a hand war with the offensive tackle and the defensive end. Merciless that time, and he won and got the sack on Aaron Rodgers. Hard to get sacks on Aaron Rodgers. His movement, the short passing game. That time he couldn't get rid of the football too quick. Let the defense get there.
That's the first sack of the game for the Texans. And it makes it 3rd and 19. Montgomery underneath. He's hit a couple of times and stopped about 8 yards short of the first. It's Dips who chopped them up, gain of 10.
Tell you, McKinney, Merciless. We saw Cushing on the force out one time. The defensive backs haven't given them the credit. Houston's defense pretty good in this game so far.
Yes, they are. They have been. Shump the punt for the 4th time. This is returnable. And Fuller from the 22 goes wide. Tries to accelerate and gets out to about the 36 with a penalty marker on the field.
And just see, they made a good defensive stop. They get good field position. It's going to be brought back most likely for an illegal block.
And I'm watching the sideline over on the Houston side, and they are not happy with that flag that was thrown. That was a 48-yard punt with a 16-yard return by Will Fuller. And it looks like it's open for discussion with Sterator's team of officials.
There is no foul for a block in the back. First down, Houston. Timeout.
So Texans made it known they thought it wasn't a penalty, and eventually the officials agreed. See this graphic. This is what we alluded to at halftime, Phil. Last 15 drives, 5 giveaways, 2 field goals, no touchdowns.
Well, Bill O'Brien argued with the officials. He won the battle. Max Bulla, they were calling an illegal block on him. It was not. It was a good pickup of the flag, and Houston's got good field position to start this drive and get off that 0 you just showed.
There's a first snap in the second half, and it's batted down by the Packer defensive front. Might have been Dean Lowry, who's already had a sack in this game. And the picked up flag on the punt return. We'll show you what happened here.
Yeah, come down slow. Here comes the block right there. Just puts his hand out. Could have been another one, but I think that's the one because just the way they were all upset. The flag came from behind Bulla. It tells me, but still good, no call.
2nd and 10, Miller, who has certainly been contained today. That's now 9 carries for 11 yards.
Trying to get in good third down position. The first play, Fedorowicz was open, but Lowry knocked the pass down, so that kind of put him the old cliche behind the chains. I love that one a lot. Behind the chains. But it is 3rd and long. Packers in the first half were aggressive with their looks and blitzes. What will they do here?
3rd and 9. Texans confirming that Braxton Miller with that late first half shoulder injury will not return today. Osweiler plants the feet, finds the open man. And Houston finally has a strike. That's Buller with the catch for 24.
Yep, really tremendous job in the pocket. Watch 17, Brock Osweiler. They got like a spy, not a spy, somebody covering the back, but he moved in the pocket, found the second receiver. Fedorowicz doesn't like it. Here comes Ian, cut behind. Good throw.
Play action and the pass to Fedorowicz for another 8, maybe 9 as the Texans get something going here.
Well, you could feel it. The stop, the sack of Aaron Rodgers. It quieted the crowd. If that doesn't give you a little life on the Houston sideline, what's going to? And then you get the break. They pick up a flag. And they've done a good job taking advantage of that situation.
By the way, for Green Bay, the linebackers, Jake Ryan and Nick Perry, knocked out in the first half. They're back out there. They've been in on this series.
Well, that's a big deal. 2 good players, one inside, Nick Perry outside, and maybe their best pass rusher.
Here's a 2nd and 2. And Miller takes him head on for the first down.
There's a safety, Clinton Dix, up in there making the tackle. You know, now you got some first downs. Get the rhythm, get the pace going. That's what you need to do on the offensive side.
The 24-yard pass play to Fuller was the first time Houston has converted today on a 3rd down pass.
Tight splits by the wide receivers.
Fake to Miller. That is Hopkins with his first catch of the game. And another first down.
Tight splits, so what they do, you got the corners that stay outside, so that gives you a little room to the inside, and that's why they were in there tight. Nice play action fake. Design, play call, really good.
Picks up 11.
You know, it's like something in you as a defensive back, the alarm goes off, you go, wait, you don't usually line up there, so it's kind of a giveaway that something different's coming.
First down at the 15. Lowry coming in on him. Pass to the end zone, just out of reach for Fedorowicz. Lowry almost got to Osweiler for a 2nd time today.
You know, you got Fedorowicz, big, tall target. Lowry pressures Osweiler, but 87 going down the field, little double move. Oh, man, if he'd had just a beat more, that's a throw, Jim. You'd like to just throw it high and just behind the receiver. He could have turned and caught it, but he didn't have a chance to see it well enough because of the pressure by Lowry.
On 2nd down, Miller manages 4 out of very little room.
Suafilo comes around the left guard. I could hear the hit from up here.
Third down Texans. 3rd down and 6 from the 11. Threatening for the first time in this game. They go to Grimes. And he is going to be stopped short. Oh, it's close, but I don't believe he got there. So in fact, it's going to be just inside of a yard away. What will they do here?
Oh, they're going to go for it.
They've already been stopped once on 4th and 1.
I know, and if they get stopped, everybody can second guess. That's what they do. But I'm just this is, to me, it's a no-brainer. It's tough sledding, tough to get in this position. The big thing here is, do you have a play that's got some deception to it? I like this being in the shotgun.
Short yardage has been tough today with the poor footing and all for each team. Hopkins shifting around, dancing around twice, and it ends up being a timeout, Houston.
Might be a good timeout, just for the fact that Green Bay had everybody up near the line of scrimmage playing run 100%.
Of course, if you fail to pick up the first here, you've pinned, at the least, you've pinned Green Bay back at their own 6 or 7 yard line, but you're not giving her a chance at least to put points on the board for the first time.
Yep, I do understand that, but you know, I'm looking at this, and this is not a yard. This is a foot.
Well, their earlier 4th and 1, they ran blue for no gain. O'Brien ready to gamble again.
Yep.
McCarthy looks on. The running back is Miller. Going up top for it, going to the end zone, and it is pulled down for the touchdown by Ryan Griffin.
Wow, good throw. The coverage was outstanding. They took away the first receiver. They were trying to go to DeAndre Hopkins, and they had him covered.
And Griffin gets to enjoy a Lambeau leap because he found a little cluster of Houston fans in that corner.
Then watch the back of the end zone. Oh, man, that was just a good second read. Ryan Griffin just pushes off. Watch 84. Just pushes and gets separation. And Brock Osweiler, he used all 6'7" of his height to throw the ball over the jumper in front of him.
Nothing's a gimme today. Novak with the extra point.
Rollins had no chance covering Griffin there because of the push.
It's a 63-yard drive in 10 plays. Now to tie it.
Well, that was a gutsy call, Jim.
Boy, was it ever. Novak's kick is dead center. 7-7. Houston's first touchdown in 78 minutes and 39 seconds of game action. Going back to last week.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Amazon Prime. Get free 2-day shipping on millions of items. And by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Well, the Cheeseheads see that they've got themselves in quite a little tussle hill with the Texans.
Yep.
7-7 as the Houston offense comes to life here with its first drive of the second half.
I swear, I think it started with that sack of Aaron Rodgers, and it just field position, everything, and great energy and good execution by the Texans in that drive.
Field position that stood up as they picked up the flag on that punt return. This is Montgomery. Still on his feet, 30, 40, running out of room at about the 45. Going to be a run back of 39 yards. And the Packers will like where they'll set up shop in a moment. The division standings for each team coming in. Houston actually, because it's not lost a division game, 3-0, would be in first even with a loss at the end of the day. Meanwhile, Green Bay, though, has to be careful. Detroit's leading by 10. in the third quarter down in New Orleans. They're coming into the weekend 2 games back of the Lions, and wild card scenarios are not really relevant for either one of these teams.
It's all about the division. That's your first goal. Win your division. That's what they got to do.
Play action and looking long. Looking for Adams. And the Texans had that covered up. Double coverage. In fact, Boye, one of them back there. Week 13 continues later today on Fox. And we'll see the Giants and the Steelers tonight on NBC. Carolina and Seattle. ESPN tomorrow night. Indianapolis at the Jets. Well, bundled up. Mike Agard and Mike Stahl.
Tell you what, we're shooting everything there, but those cameras are well protected, I'll say that.
Mike Agard, he's used to these elements. He lives right here in the area. Travels out of here every week to do our game of the week. 2nd and 10. And that's a gain of 1.
With Brian Cushing in the backfield. You know, Green Bay, they're just not going to get in this formation and just run the ball consistently. It's been so long since they've done it because the running backs have been hurt. Their offensive linemen, you know, you kind of lose an edge a little bit as a run blocker because they have been so reliant on the pass game, the quick pass game especially.
Think about all the different things they've tried to do at Green Bay to salvage the running game with, I mentioned earlier, the Lacey injury, and also Starks missing a lot of time. They brought in Nile Davis. And brought in now Christian Michael had that last carry. Ty Montgomery out of the backfield. 3rd and 9. They've missed their last 6 third down attempts, and this is going to make it now 7. As Cobb is tackled a couple yards short by Boye, who's making a lot of plays.
Yeah, well, look, he's making a lot of plays. This is nothing new for him. He's been playing well ever since he's been in that starting lineup. And excellent cover guy, Mike McCarthy, 4th and a good 2 yards.
Yep.
Is lined up to go for it. Now this time, I would punt it. Back him up, play for the next drive. We'll see if he hard counts him right here.
Timeout, Houston. That's the 2nd timeout already used by the Texans in the 3rd quarter.
Somebody's not happy about it. Of course, that's Bill O'Brien. Maybe caught him off guard a little bit. Go back to Boye. That's Jim, you know, just said they have faith in these corners. Romeo Crennel. And they've done a good job. They've been on these receivers today for the Packers. Tight. Aaron Rodgers 13 of 19 for 85 yards. Yeah, I know the field. I know all that. I'm just saying, if it's drive fast conditions, I'd still have pretty good faith in the Houston corners.
Well, this is a secondary or a defense that has the last 2 weeks gave up 3 touchdown passes to Derek Carr, and then another 3 to Phillip Rivers last week. Those are the last 2 games.
Yeah, double moves, couple really unique plays by the Oakland Raiders to do it. To get some of those touchdown passes.
4th and 2. Are they just going to try to draw him off? Nope, they're going for it. Indeed, Rutkowski driving, churning, and held back. Cushing had him on one side. Well, there's a spot from the far side.
One official gives it to him, the other one didn't. Let's see which one gets it. But what a difference, though. I'm telling you, the officials came running in from both sides.
Yep, one had a far different spot.
I'd say almost like a yard. And that was, I think that was DJ Reader. Yeah, it was. Number 98. Came down there, DJ Reader being schooled by a guy, Vince Wilfork. You were talking about that before the game with me, Jim.
You know, Wilfork has been so good to guys like Reader and Heath. I just watching this, I didn't think he had it.
No, by the eye, when we watched the play, it did not look like he got it, and he's way short.
Same spot on the field where the Texans were denied on a 4th down attempt earlier in the game. Houston takes over on downs. Game tie.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by American Express Open, proud supporter of growing businesses, and by Verizon. It's always a great gift on Verizon.
This past week, Packers players visiting with students at Heritage Elementary School, talking about fitness and daily exercise. Here we go. First down, Houston. Morgan Burnett there along with Elliott, Jones, Pennell, and Perry. Miller for a couple.
Well, fourth, and it looked like about 2 yards. Aaron Rodgers, I'm pretty sure he had a pass play on. Watch him, he keeps looking to the right. And he looks over here and he sees the tight coverage of the corners. Look how tight they are on the line of scrimmage. So he changes it to a run play. That's just my guess. I think it's a pretty good guess. The defensive line, Reader in there, Wilfork, stop the fourth down run.
Second and 8. Boy, it looked like they changed that play a couple of times and had to beat the snap count, handed it off to Miller just as Pennell was there to meet him for a loss of 4.
Yeah, Jeff Allen gets beat. Right inside, 79-64 gets in there. A couple times we've seen Pennell in the backfield today too.
Now it's a 3rd and 12. Miller 13 carries for only 17 yards. And they run it again on 3rd and long. Grimes, he's picked it up once and he's done it again. Did that in the first half on a draw, just like that. They have crossed them up a couple of times on 3rd and longs with the ground game. 14 picked up here.
There we go, right guard. Jeff Allen, gave up a negative run the play before, but he made up for it, getting a good block. Get Grimes up in there for the first down. Boy, 3rd down runs against a smaller, aggressive defense has caught Green Bay off guard today.
That was a 3rd and 12. Miller returns to the backfield. Wasn't able to break one at all today. And he's got another 3. NFL fans, order your holiday gifts from NFLshop.com today and save 25% at the official store of the NFL, NFLshop.com.
Well, good thing here today, it takes a while and it finally hits me. It did in the first half, I didn't say it. But Houston, 3rd in certain situations, instead of dealing with the blitz, which they were worried about, they've been running the football and they've had success in some big spots.
That last run by Miller goes for 5. That's his longest carry. Second and 5. Dropped by Hopkins.
Well, that was a blitz. Hopkins, this is why you get, this is what you need. He's got separation. He's going to catch this and it could be lookout. Break a tackle, but the football, little pressure, but the football, in the NFL, Jim, you got to put that on the money. You got to hit him in stride, and he's got to catch it full stride and take a simple play and make something special out of it.
3rd and 5 with these conditions. I don't know if you'd go 54-yard field goal if you had to.
No, it would be into a little bit of a breeze.
Osweiler gets it away, and Hopkins was not open. The pressure was on him, too, on Osweiler.
Pressure's the word. Clay Matthews unblocked, catch it and throw it before you get smashed into the ground.
So Leckler comes back out to punt.
Clay Matthews gets the edge right away against Chris Clark.
Clay Matthews, who lined up next to Brian Cushing at USC.
A walk-on at USC. How about that? That's just amazing. To this day, I still think about that.
Developed into a first-round pick. Beautiful punt. This is a guy that punted even way back in the Tuck game in a snowstorm long ago. 34-yard beauty that time, down by Don Jones inside the 5. My cause, my cleats, all around the NFL today. We showed you the Houston side, a sampling in the first half. Clay Matthews supporting a nonprofit that raises awareness and funds to fight muscular dystrophy. Randall Cobb, the Wisconsin Children's Hospital. Clinton Dix, providing resources that encourage students to be confident and successful role models. A little sampling of what's going on. These players and their charitable foundations. First down, Packers backed up at the 2. Unloading it from the end zone. Just trying to get rid of it as the Texans were starting to crash in on him. And these hardy Wisconsin fans taking it all in today.
Yep, this is just another day at the shop. They come here early, they stay.
Fathers and sons, fans that had been prepared for this.
That's some outfit there. We've shown it a couple times today. I don't think he's moved.
Hey, when the Texans played their only other time at Lambeau Field, the conditions, you could argue, were worse. It was 3 degrees that day back in December of 08. There was no snow. Texans won the game at the end on a Chris Brown field goal. It's about 30 right now with light snow throughout. 2nd and 10. And the catch by Richard Rodgers for about 9. Yeah, so much is made about these teams that come from a warm climate like Houston. They're going to come up here, and that's a big topic of discussion. It's written about all week long. And they, again, 8 years ago, they came up here and won. It was 3 degrees at kickoff.
Yeah, well, you know, if you have the right talent, you go, no matter what the conditions are, you'll get it done. And we don't make that big of a deal of teams from the north going down when it's hot as could be down south. But, hey, this cold weather, almost all the players on Houston, they love it. Like I said, maybe the quarterback would like more ideal conditions.
3rd and 1. The Packers able to pick it up. More with Ty Montgomery. They had missed on their last 7 third down tries. You're talking about the second best conversion team in the league. But that time they got it, and a Texan is down.
They got it, and Ty Montgomery, the ex-wide receiver, watch him, number 88, walks through, got a little stiff arm there.
Jonathan Joseph, who is down on the field.
That's Bernardrick McKinney. He stiff arms, got his hand right on the helmet.
And that's Joseph, who had that last hit on him.
Well, you know, we were here many weeks ago when this offense was, you know, there's a lot of reasons, conditions, where we saw Ty Montgomery catching more passes, going out of the backfield, wide receiver, a lot of stuff, and haven't seen that today much.
You know, this was going to be, if you look at the way the league schedules games out of conference, this was going to be J.J. Watt's opportunity to return home to Wisconsin. It won't be another 8 years until Houston will have a game up here at Lambeau Field, 2024.
Yep, every 4 years they play each other, but
J.J.
Watt,
yeah, IR'd early in the season.
I'm just thinking J.J. Watt, Simon, Clowney, boy, you know, those are some. This Houston
Kevin
defense,
Johnson.
Kevin Johnson, yeah, I knew I was missing one. You put all those guys out there together. Now every team could do this and say we're missing guys, but those are some top end players.
No, you're talking
big time.
You're talking a 2-time defensive MVP. You're talking about a former overall #1 pick.
I'm not talking about if they were out there in that field. We'd be talking about, hey, this defense is arguably the best in the NFL. That kind of talent. That's so. But you know, that's the NFL. You gotta.
Well, the defense they have is doing a good job so far. 7-7.
Excellent job.
And a few set of downs here. Silent throw. Completes it to Richard Rodgers. That was a exciting 8-yard play in the end.
Well, it was just because Aaron Rodgers, the way he threw the football. We got a flag, I think, on the field.
That carry by Montgomery for 13 yards came on a 3rd and 1. The Packers had been 0 for 3 on 3rd and 1 before that one. It was hard to imagine.
Illegal block in the back, offense number 17. 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
So they got Adams for that.
Yeah, tough call. It really is. I saw it live, thought, okay, good. But watch what happens. Here he comes inside. Adams hits Kareem Jackson, and you know Jackson's actually turning as he's getting hit. So took a long time for that flag to come out too. But
by the way, Charles James has come in for Jonathan Joseph. That's a spot foul, so it'll be a 1st and 13 at the 21. All kinds of time. And he's able to get 4 or 5 yards out of it. So I mentioned Charles James in for Joseph. Before the game, this is Charles James.
And what do you say?
Well, he's got a uniform on now.
Yeah. I think it was his way of saying, we don't care, we're in Lambeau. And of course he's in shape, that helps. If, you know, but we don't care what the elements are, we're here to play the game and we're going to get it done.
2nd and 8. He's going to need to step up as Joseph is missing another snap right here. And again, Rodgers has been able to dance around for a while. And it's off the hands of Adams. Incomplete. Adams still without a catch.
Well, you talking about, been bragging about these guys. Just who do you throw the football to? There is nothing. Now the scramble happens, and they still can't get open. Devontae Adams, a shake, he's out. Goes up the sideline. Jackson right with him the whole way.
Well, he's been targeted 5 times. He should have had that one.
Yeah, it's a tough catch. Coming back. Aaron Rodgers, though, moving around, being careful. Receiver's not shaking loose.
He's got 3rd and 8. There's a fine catch by Cook for the first down. Pleasant one-on-one with him.
Yep, Eddie Pleasant covers the tight end. Just a good little out route by Jared Cook. Twice today we've seen him do it. Big first down for the Packers.
Hey, we're tied going to the 4th quarter at Lambeau Field. We'll return after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Look at the heaters, the blowers. Gene Steratore.
Just get out of the way.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of sheep, you know, when you get a chance, you get over in front of the heater. You get warm. George Godsey, offensive coordinator with Brock Osweiler.
So we start the 4th with a first down, Green Bay. At its own 36. And a tie game at 7. The run completes it to Adams. Able to get away for the Texans. Still on his feet. What a tremendous effort by Davante Adams.
Yep, that was just a lot of will and attitude after the catch.
But one official says he might have been out back near midfield.
The ruling on the field is the runner stepped out of bounds at the 47.5-yard line. First down, Green Bay.
Oh, I don't think so.
Here it comes this way.
There it is, no question.
Boy, that's a good eye. That's close, but it's out of bounds. And the official was looking. You could see him chasing down the sideline right behind him and saw it. So, crowd's booing. Let's them get over the fact. What a move and what a throw by Aaron Rodgers to get that throw to Davante Adams.
It still goes for 17. Adams, who's been on a tear, especially over a 2-game stretch where he had 25 receptions. But this last month and a half, he's got big numbers. They run it with Montgomery.
Merciless.
To about the 43. One down by Merciless. You see the first 5 games, they had 15 catches. Best in the NFL over the last 6 games. With 43 grabs.
It's a different offense. You know, years ago, back when the Packers won that Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, it was all downfield throwing. Now it's a much shorter passing game, so you got to catch the football, make somebody miss, get those extra yards.
Second down in Houston territory. Rodgers dancing. Tucks it under. Got the first. And safely slides to about the 30.
Don't know why he didn't throw it to Ty Montgomery, who's wide open. He looked right at him, but I guess he wanted something deep down the field. To his right in the flat, nobody was on him, but Aaron Rodgers sometimes will turn down a short throw just because he expects somebody to open up down the field later.
He slides on that left leg. Got up hobbling a little bit, but he's ready to go on a first down snap from the 32. Shoulder incomplete. Trying to connect with Adams again. JB and Boomer. Let's get the update.
Atlanta is potent.
Yeah, they are, and they're coming back into this game. Devontae Freeman, 1-yard touchdown run. Atlanta fails on the 2-point attempt. Chiefs lead the Falcons 27-22 at the start of the 4th quarter.
Back to Jim Nantz.
All right, thank you, fellas. They went for the 2 there with 11.5 to go in the game and failed, so 5-point margin. And this is Rodgers.
Oh, it's Antonio Smith. Late, fell down and hit him in the right at the knee. He got up. Could tell it bothered him, it hurt him.
Second down. Now, wide open for the touchdown. It's Jordy Nelson.
That's why he takes that extra time. I mean, that illustrates everything. And that time, Jordy Nelson was in the slot, goes down the field.
This completes a 98-yard drive.
Boy, good movement in the pocket as usual. And Charles James on the slot. Goes down the field, he slips and falls, and Jordy Nelson wide open, uncovered for the touchdown.
And again, the secondary without Jonathan Joseph with the rib injury suffered in the 3rd quarter. Nelson, who beat him for 3 touchdown catches the last time they played, has another one today. Extra point good. Second touchdown pass of the game for Rodgers. That's 98 yards and 12 plays to take the lead at 14-7. Second longest drive of Rodgers' career. It's the longest of the season for the Packers, and it's now 7 consecutive games. He's thrown for at least 2 touchdowns.
Well, let's see, Jim Nantz, you said, wow, what a throw. I mean, it's, you know, these conditions, everything moving to your left, just, those are 45 yards right in there, so he is an all-weather thrower, no question.
Team Hunt gets tripped up. That was Elliott who prevented him from getting wide.
Nothing like a linebacker defensive end being on the kickoff team.
Got him by the shoe.
Grabbed it.
Rodgers was watching that tackle.
Yep, he knows this is a big moment, big drive. They finally drive down, get the touchdown.
I said the second longest of his career, that drive. That's the longest he's engineered since the 09 season. Open. It's Fuller. Contact knocked down right away by Rollins. Tonight, what does the Speaker of the House think he and President-elect Donald Trump will be able to get done for America? Find out from Paul Ryan, only on 60 Minutes tonight. The snow hasn't abated throughout this game. It started at sunup. That's out for Blue. And that's a good run for the Texans.
Very good.
It's up 10.
Philo, the left guard, came across. Watch 71 come across, gets a little kick out. Alfred Blue. Bill O'Brien kind of said he's ready to go. Of course, he wanted to go with Lamar Miller, but was going to give Alfred Blue his share of the carries.
Blue, who's been battling a calf injury. First down, play action. Looking long, flings it, and knocked down. Fuller, the target. That was Gunter who broke it up.
Well, Darius Gunter, seen a lot of footballs thrown his way this year. There's no question. Coming in, wasn't expected to be a starter, but all over the coverage that time. Good position, good play. They lost Sam Shields. I think they lost him after week 1.
Second and 10. Try to cross him up on the ground again. And that's another beautiful run by Blue. Linton Dix rides him down, but not until the Texans take it to the Packers side of the field. That's a rush of 25.
Well, here comes the guard around, almost the same look. And nobody is on the edge to help keep the runner inside. And that was Demarius Randall, who got looking inside and let Blue get out for the big run.
It's the longest play of the game for Houston.
You know, when you're supposed to be the outside defender, if you have to back up to the sideline, you go there.
Osweiler in trouble. Able to complete it, but it's also going to be a big loss. Guyon was waiting for Blue. And it was Ryan who was all over the quarterback.
Jake Ryan went out of the game with that ankle, we think, but he comes back in. 47 just gets in there, and boy, he's really done a good job. He watches to see what the line is doing and what the back is doing, Jim, and then he takes off on the blitz, and he's timed it up well about 3 times today.
It would have been better for Blue just to drop it. Instead, it's a catch and a loss of 9. Second and 19. Again, going underneath. It's Blue. And a collision at the 44. Update time. Back to JB and Boomer.
You got to be a tough guy to play quarterback in this league.
Watch Matthew Stafford stand in this pocket and take a hit as he delivers the football to Golden Tate. Golden Tate does the rest. He's going to go 66 yards. Matthew Stafford on the day, 29 of 40, 332 yards, 2 TDs. They fell in their 2-point attempt. They lead 25-13.
Back to Jim Nance.
Maybe a crushing loss for the Saints, who are trying to get back to 500. Meantime, the Packers trying to keep pace. Trying to stay within range of the Lions. They come into the weekend 2 games back. 3rd and 7. Away, incomplete. Going to Fedorowicz. And Micah Hyde broke it up.
Well, that time they put their extra defensive back on Fedorowicz, Micah Hyde, their number 1 extra defensive back, I should say. Good cover guy, can do a little bit of everything. We've seen a lot of those today where the football is on target, right? And the defender is there to knock it away, so no separation once again.
And Hyde would have kept him short of the first period anyway. As Leckler sends it down to Cobb at the 10 with the fair catch. We're inside 9 minutes to go in Green Bay. Packers with the football and the lead.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Honda. Hurry in for great deals during Happy Honda Days. New York Life. With the right guidance, everyone can be good at life. And by Walmart. Find gifts, groceries, and more this season.
The Packers back home for the first time in 4 weeks. Trying to get back to 6-6 on the season. They have a streak of 7 consecutive years of being in the postseason. And it's matched only by New England. And they need a win here today to keep the playoffs within range. They still got to make up ground, even with a win. They do have Detroit the last week of the season. They start at the 11 with the handoff to Montgomery. And the Texans are on them at the 14.
Well, Aaron Rodgers talked about the hamstring that's not 100%. He got his foot stepped on. Sled, kind of felt that hamstring a little bit. Of course, everything he does is going to feel a little. Then he got fallen on. But listen, overall, the pass protection, without question, it's not good. It's been outstanding. Excellent pass protection almost every game when you watch Green Bay.
2nd and 7. That's Nelson makes the catch and is able to duck under Corey Moore, who was flying in there at the end. Picks up 21 right here.
Goes around the first. They're looking inside. Caught the corner. There we go. Here's the, watch the tight end come out. Watch Jordy Nelson go down the sideline. And Corey Moore does not get over there quick enough to allow that. Of course, he doesn't face many quarterbacks that make that kind of throw.
Nelson now with 7 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown.
Hey, toe. Over. 319.
Montgomery. He waited for that to piece together. Good running and patience exhibited there by Montgomery for another first down.
Yep. They're going to have to find, we hear this from the Green Bay Packers a lot. They got a lot of people they want to get the football to, but this is one guy that needs to see it more. And he's proven it every time I watch him when he gets the football that he's a more capable runner than you think he could be since he was a wide receiver in college. And started out here as a wide receiver.
There's a matchup on the outside that Rodgers might be aware of. They've lost Joseph, then they've lost Charles James. At the top, it's 32. Robert Nelson on Devontae Adams. And he's going the other way. Looking down the field, and that was Cook. Covered up by Pleasant.
Yep, both sides covered pretty well. Pleasant, safety. And really, you take it, bottom of the screen. You know why he wants it? Because he goes, I got a really big, tall tight end here. And an underthrow would have probably been the best throw for Cook to make a catch. But excellent coverage by Pleasant.
Cook had a 100-yard receiving game at Washington a couple of weeks ago. It's the 3rd different team in his career he's had a 100-yard game. They hope he's healthy the remainder of this season. They got big plans for him as Rodgers has to call the timeout. Osweiler and the Texans hoping the defense can give them some time here to do something. 6.5 to go. Remember, Houston has only 1 timeout left, burning those 2 off in the 3rd quarter. And the consecutive playoff seasons, I mentioned 7 for New England, clearly on its way to making it 8 consecutive, and in a romp today over the Rams. That's not final yet, but the Packers is the one that's up in limbo right now.
Oh, absolutely. But we can see why. I mean, it's just the situation they're in, creating plays, whatever here, the conditions here. But yeah, the Packers are in for a struggle. They might have to run the table to get to the playoffs. They believe they can. Of course, when you watch them, especially, you feel the momentum of their offense. Once it gets going, it just dictates everything for their football team, even their defense.
Well, they've had backs to the wall, so to speak, so many times. This is not unfamiliar territory for them late in the season. Even when they won Super Bowl 45, they came via the 6th seed, winning all 3 playoff games to get to Dallas on the road and then knocking out Pittsburgh for the title. 2nd and 10. Montgomery. Squirming and fighting for every inch to the 50, and that was Nelson who brought him down.
Couple things here. The time on the clock, you said it, 1 timeout left for Houston. Whitney Merciless said last night, hey, as a defense, we need to make that stand or that moment that helps us get a victory. This would be one right here.
This is that occasion, Phil.
This is it.
You've set the stage.
A field goal, you let them get down there and kick a field goal, that's could almost end the game.
They need 6 for the first. Rodgers floats it. Pass is caught. It's Nelson. He battled against Jackson for the football, and he came down with it.
Jordy Nelson. He's the front man for the 3 guys to the left, and the throw. And Jordy Nelson, what he does, watching, the coverage is good, but watch his hands. Just goes up. Strong hands, just overpowers Jackson for the catch. Oh my gosh, Jackson had his hand in between and still couldn't knock it out.
How about this game by Nelson in these conditions? Now 118 yards on 8 catches. And the touchdown that has them in front. Now they go into round here to Janis. Janis to the 5 and tackled down at the 3 by Jackson. Jeff Janis running the football for the first time this year, the backup wide receiver.
Here he comes from the outside, or going around. Richard Rodgers gets the block against Dimps. That gives him an extra 10 or 15 yards. Really good call, big moment. Defense being overly aggressive, and you throw a little reverse in there, catches them off guard.
And it picks up 19. Montgomery, the tailback. He's run hard. Maybe they'll give him a carry. No, they go inside. Ripkowski. Carries Texans with him to the end zone.
My gosh. Lowest man wins, right? Ripkowski got so low that you could not get your pads underneath his to make the tackle.
Well, they went earlier in this quarter on a 98-yard drive. And now they've completed an 89-yard touchdown drive to open up now a 2-score lead.
Everybody moving right. Boy, that is some job. That was a quick handoff to Ripkowski.
2nd straight week. And Ripkowski, the 2nd-year fullback out of Oklahoma, has scored a touchdown. Crosby for the extra point. The native just outside of Austin, Texas native, adds the extra point. That's the first rush touchdown in the last 7 home games for the Packers. Buck 14. Ripkowski scoring the touchdown. Rodgers with 3 on the ground this year, scores that is. The rest of the team, that would be 2, and they both belong to the man who just scored. Ripkowski.
Some of the throws by Rodgers today has really kind of been the difference.
Runs out across the 20. Well, 4 minutes to go. And the Texans down 2 touchdowns and only 1 timeout.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by K Jewelers. For 100 years, every kiss begins with K. And by Subway. Try the classic Reuben, stacked with corned beef. Limited time only.
Next week on CBS, regional action. The primary game will be in Buffalo. The Steelers against the Bills. Check your local listings, and it all gets started at noon Eastern time with the NFL Today presented by Southwest Airlines. Houston will be traveling to Indianapolis next week, having won 8 straight division games. The Texans. Oh, that's a tough one. That's Clinton Dix delivering the blow on Fuller, who somehow manages to hold on.
Clinton Dix, Morgan Burnett, big hits, really 2 terrific safeties. I mean, they're sure tacklers. They can cover. Cover a lot of ground and throw the football up in the air.
6-yard gain, clock running, 3.5. Osweiler's pass, dangerous, falls incomplete. Tipped up in the air by Joe Thomas. We've got an update.
What a turn of events, Boone.
Take it away.
And what an update, guys. Atlanta takes a 28-27 lead on an Aldrick Robinson touchdown. They go for 2. Matt Ryan throws the interception. It's Eric Berry. He returns it for 2. Kansas City takes the lead 29-28. Atlanta has to kick off to Kansas City.
Well, Jim, they should have given him more points just for the distance run. Back to Jim Nance.
How about the AFC West? We saw the Broncos do the same thing against the Saints to win a game. A 2-point play the other way. That was on a block PAT. Here's a 3rd and 4. Osweiler somehow got it away. Griffin fights for the first down. Give him 5 yards. Again, Texans have only 1 timeout left. They better start moving.
Yep, got to move. 1 timeout, 2-minute warning. You said it. Dato Jones right there to hit Brock Osweiler. This is who lets the football go.
Hopkins at the top. He has only 1 catch today for 11 yards. Open is Grimes. Middle of the field. Fighting for yardage near the 50. And the Packers make the tackle at the 47.
Green Bay just has so many guys that are nimble and can rush the passer, so they can keep their guys fresh. They just ran Clay Matthews back on the field going, okay, you've had a break. You know he's going to throw it. Can you get to the quarterback?
Osweiler open again. It's Griffin who caught the Texans touchdown in the 3rd quarter. And a flag in on this play as well.
Pass interference. Offense, number 84. 10-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
Well, how do you get wide open? It's good call. Ryan Griffin, 84, going against Morgan Burnett. Extended his arms. Really didn't affect the play much, but all the official sees is both arms going out, making contact. They're going to throw the flag.
That's the first penalty against the Texans since the opening quarter. Ball back at the 38. And a 1st and 20. Great catch. Griffin just got flagged for the pass interference, and he bounces off a couple of defenders. He gets within 1 of a first.
Excellent throw, too, by Brock Osweiler.
2-minute warning. Green Bay leads it 21-7. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Coming up, the Subway postgame show. JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, Coach Cowher, all the scores and highlights. That wild one down in Atlanta just when it looked like the Falcons might pull off the big comeback. I had the lead on a touchdown pass, went for the 2, and it went the other way for 2. And a winner, it appears, as they're inside 2 minutes to go. And the Chiefs have the football and the Falcons have no timeouts. Plus other scores and highlights coming up. Subway postgame show. Here we got 2 minutes to go. Houston has 1 timeout. Down 2 touchdowns. Osweiler does it. Hopkins open. Zigzags past the defenders, and he has the touchdown. His first since October the 6th.
Well, same thing we saw. We saw Aaron Rodgers throw a football for a big game to Jordy Nelson. Here's the corner. Here's the safety. Hopkins goes down the sideline. Micah Hyde just doesn't get wide enough. And he comes over, overruns it. Good job by Hopkins cutting back inside and keeping the hopes of the Texans alive. What a throw, what a catch.
Hopkins, just his second catch of the game, but his first touchdown since the Minnesota game back in early October.
Did you just do Usain Bolt? Is that what that was? Or something? No.
78 yards the Texans go in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Extra point is no good. Novak missed it.
Just pushed it to the right. Looks like he might have slipped. See if his foot. Well, the plant foot was nice and solid, Jim. It didn't slip. He did fall afterwards, though.
More out of disappointment. Now remember, Novak successfully delivered an onside kick just last week. It was the exact same scenario, even the same score last week against San Diego. They ending up on the short end of this very, very exact same tally right now at 21-13.
Well, that first off, yeah, bad miss, but good drive by the Texans to drive down the field to give themselves a chance for this onside kick. Really good throws by Osweiler on that last drive.
I'll tell you, that's pretty impressive. 4 out of 8 career. That's record territory to be 50%.
Absolutely. This field, this, well, I would think would help. You know, the slipping, the field, the conditions.
Onside kick try by Houston. Recovered by the Packers. Davante Adams falls on it.
It's the new onside kick we're seeing. It's really got to be tough to handle. And Davante Adams, watch how it spins. The side spin, you don't know what kind of bounce it's going to take. Man. A good shot of it right there. Look how it just stays, and that ball could have bounced anywhere, but nice recovery by Adams.
I'd like to welcome the audience just joining us. Kansas City Chiefs come off that thrilling win on Sunday night in Denver for another thrilling victory, this time in Atlanta in the most improbable fashion. It's the second game this year that's been won by an AFC West team on the road with a 2-point run back for the margin of victory. Jim Mansfield, Sims, Tracy Wolfson here. And the Texans could only stop the clock one time. 1:50 to go. Aaron Rodgers has thrown 2 touchdowns. It's been snowing throughout. Packers trying to get back to level at 6-6 on the year. It's Antonio Smith wrapping up right away. Kristen Michael and the Subway postgame show will be coming up for everybody. Those of you who have been with us from the start on this one, as well as the audience is getting the bonus coverage right now, who had been watching that Kansas City Atlanta game. So the Packers' remaining schedule, as the Texans have called their last time out, Seattle is here next, and then a game at Chicago. Minnesota comes to Lambeau in week 17 at Detroit.
Well, you look at this game, the Packers did just enough on the offensive side to win this. Aaron Rodgers came down to him making a few outstanding plays to get them some scores. For the Houston Texans, hey, they got to feel like on the defensive side, we did what we could do here. They gave up only 21 points. It took some spectacular plays by Rodgers to get those 21.
So Rodgers ready to step in here, knowing that the Texans cannot stop the clock again. Michael, contact right away again by Antonio Smith for the second straight play. Houston again goes to Indianapolis next week. And the Texans have this win streak going inside the division, having won their last 8 AFC South encounters. Now, if Indianapolis beats the Jets tomorrow, you'll have a 3-way tie in the AFC South between Tennessee, Indianapolis, and Houston, all at 6-6. Assuming that this one's going to stay with Green Bay, about to snap it at 3rd and 8.
That division is going to Week 17. We're going to find out who's going to win it Sunday night, Week 17, because that's the way it looks. All the teams so even, no matter home or away, either team could win the game.
So Rodgers calls timeout as he takes it down as far as he could.
Well, let's look at some throws from Aaron Rodgers here today. Just some things that he did. How about the move outside the pocket and finding Jordy Nelson for the touchdown? How about that hole shot which led to a touchdown? Another great throw too to Jordy Nelson. And however Aaron Rodgers played today, he's going to be better next week because that hamstring's going to feel better. And he fought through. It was tough. Decision making. Maybe not as nimble as we usually see him, but still put up good numbers and led his team to a victory.
When we visited with him this week, what did he say? Same thing he had told his teammates before the Philadelphia game. I feel like we can make a run and win out. That was his message.
Yep. He does a lot of things. He's great to talk to. We talked about his athletic ability, which everybody underplays. And he goes, and you said it earlier, Jim, I play with a little chip on my shoulder. So I don't know what it is. Maybe because he wasn't drafted or went to a major college right out of high school. Could be the draft, but whatever he carries around, it works for him.
3rd and 8. And the Texans bring him down quickly, and this can run the clock down to about 12 seconds.
Well, really good effort, I thought, today by the Houston Texans. And go back to what we started the game with Bill O'Brien. They finally made a big play at the end of the game to DeAndre Hopkins. But as they go forward to win this division, they're just going to have to find ways to score more points. That's the story when you talk about this football team. Even without Clowney out there today, one of their best defensive linemen, they still hung in there.
Timeout Green Bay, and now barring some bizarre happenings here on this punt by Shum, the Packers will have their 6th victory and their 2nd straight after 4 consecutive losses. Now Fuller is back deep. He has returned to punt this year for a touchdown. He's a speedster out of Notre Dame.
You got to kick this football out of bounds, I would think, or unless you think you can kick it into the end zone without the return.
And he is headed to the sideline, as prescribed by you, with 4 seconds to go. Green Bay, meanwhile, goes to 6-6 into a tie with the Vikings. Minnesota did beat them in the one matchup they've had this year. And Detroit's going to win that game. They're down to the last minute in New Orleans. They're up 15. So it's going to be a 2-game lead for the Lions over the Vikings and the Packers.
I'll tell you what, when Aaron Rodgers said we got to run the table or run this out, they might have to give themselves a chance to win. Because Detroit Lions, that was an impressive victory for them down in New Orleans. We saw them in person Thanksgiving Day. Hey, they got a quarterback that plays pretty well under pressure, Matthew Stafford. And a great kicker, of course, in the clutch, too.
Hopkins to Fuller. to Miller. Goes all the way back to Osweiler. Osweiler's in trouble getting knocked down in the end zone. Grimes. And he still has the ball in the air to a lineman. Ball squirts out to Mumphrey, who flings it. And flags are down on the field.
Yeah, forward lateral down by the
Illegal
inside.
forward pass, offense. Penalty is declined, and this is the end of the game.
Ball game over. Yeah, a couple of forward passes is never a good idea. But the Packers prevail here, 21-13. Both teams walk off the field at 6-6. The Green Bay game is final. The Detroit game has 2 seconds to go. They're going to win that game, so you might as well advance them in the brackets. They'll be at 8-4. And, well, they need to pick up a game on Detroit between now and week 17 because they will be meeting in Detroit on January the 1st. So you've got Houston and Tennessee at 6-6. Indianapolis plays tomorrow night against the Jets. Houston right now has all the tiebreakers with its undefeated record inside the division. But the Packers have now suddenly put themselves back in position after floundering for a month, losing all of those games in a row, 4 in a row.
Well, they got a chance. I'll say this about the Packers. Like their defense, like their style of play, and they just got to stay healthy on the offensive side, especially at the quarterback position. He always gives you a chance to get it done, Aaron Rodgers. Hey, they stalled out for a long period of time today, and after a couple big throws, the game turned around.
Aaron Rodgers and the Packers will be hosting Seattle next week, trying to get back above 500. They win it here today, 21-13. Subway postgame show is next for Phil and Tracy. Jim Nance saying so long from Green Bay. And we'll continue with the Subway postgame show right after this.